I would like to thank Brian Tyler Cohen for laying out the Trump interview. It's hard to watch things like that. And I'm glad I have people like him or Aaron Parnas to kind of break it down for me. And then I saw some of the videos that he was talking about, some of the video of the interview. It was sad. It was rambling. Trump made it clear that if your state did not vote for him, you're not part of his country. He went after California again, which is stupid. I thought you were president of the entire United States, but I forget. It's all about transactional bullshit. The administration goals that Trump has laid out for his second administration is a fucked up dystopian fantasy that does not exist. A fantasy that all inner cities are ridden with crime and broken, that Canada and Mexico are dependent on the United States, that the world fears him, but he's going to make sure they don't do anything to us with tariffs that they're going to pay, not the consumer. He doesn't want to admit he's wrong. His racist take on immigrants and immigration, that even if you're born in the United States, born an American citizen, born in this country, been here, you don't deserve to be an American citizen because you're not white. All of this is what he's going to base his new administration on. All this is going to be what we're looking at for the next few years, and all his enablers around him, because there's going to be no one to help stop this other than the law and the Constitution that's left for him implementing a lot of this insanity. It's going to be a tough ride. I mean, after he's come back after the election and decided it is payback time. It's payback time. And the thing about it is we're all going to suffer for the short-sightedness of a minority of voters who voted for this insanity, thinking he's going to do something for them that they won't. A fantasy that doesn't exist, a fantasy of fear. How do we combat it? We have to keep calling it out. You have to call it. This is all Trump's fault. Do not let them set this narrative that anything that happens in the next few weeks, few months, the Democrats said, no, it's Trump's fault. You did the tariffs. You're dragging people away from their families. You're causing all this chaos. God help us if there's any kind of real emergency, like another pandemic, like a bird flu that's been circling around us. God help us if RFK is the Health and Human Services director and they're doing another research on vaccines and autism. That's been debunked for decades. But hey, it's just another controversy or something to keep it off, keep everyone's eye off to what really is going on. The best thing about the CEO assassination in New York, people saw for a moment what United Health was, understood the greed of these billionaires and millionaires and the companies that they run and put against us. It still resonates. As much as the mass media and the far right and the rich try to tell us, no, you're inhuman for not mourning that man's death, or now the conspiracy theory is that the Democrats setting him up to die. Don't buy that shit. They're desperate. Because they know one thing. They've got us divided between the far left, the far right, MAGA, non-MAGA, white, black, brown, black, Chinese, and white. They have us all divided. What they haven't divided us, haven't gotten to it yet, it's a question about class. Because all of us together at the barbecue, if we're not arguing, we're together. The working folk, the poor folk, people struggling. The people above us who are trying to keep us down want us to stay there, fighting amongst us. Because as we fight amongst us, we don't see what they're doing to us above. And for a moment, last week, we saw what they were doing to us through the actions of a man who took revenge on somebody else. We saw that, we understood it. We have to remember, you see what Elon Musk and his buddy are trying to do. They're trying to defund the poor. They want us fighting again for limited resources. Trump doesn't want to even talk about raising the middle wage, the minimum wage, because it's too expensive. And he goes after California for doing it with false narratives about their economy. Don't be fooled. This is going to be a class fight. Trump has decided that the upper class matter more than the rest of us. And you know what happens when that happens? It's called revolution. The French Revolution started like that. The Russian Revolution started like that. And it's time for the rest of us to stop thinking in terms of politics and division and start thinking in terms of class. Because I will work with a working class MAGA or a working class Republican if they understand that we are fighting together so we can defeat the people who want to end our lives and take everything we are. That's the message. It's Trump's fault. The billionaires are out to get us, and the working class have to come together to fight them. Think on it.